You ever feel like there are just some thoughts in your head that have totally overstayed their welcome? Well, in this explainer, we're going to serve them an eviction notice. So let's get right into it.
So, let me ask you something, straight up. Right now, what does your mind feel like? Is it this calm, peaceful home? Or does it feel more like a chaotic house party? Where a bunch of people you never invited have just completely taken over the place.
All right, first things first, we need to establish a really important ground rule here. Your mind, that's your home. It's your most private, personal space. And guess what? You get to decide who gets to stay.
Okay, so just imagine for a second that your mind is a house. It's your sanctuary, right? But then, out of nowhere, these uninvited occupants, I'm talking anxiety, worry, guilt, they just crash the party. They are not on the lease, they're making a mess of the place, and honestly, it is time to kick them out.
So let's get a little more specific. Who are these unwelcome guests, really? And maybe more importantly, why do they even show up in the first place? It's time to identify the culprits.
The source material for this has a perfect name for these thoughts: unauthorized occupants. And the two key words you really got to hang on to here are temporary and situational. See, these feelings, they aren't you. They're just like some bad weather passing through your mental neighborhood. And look, I know they can feel like a totally chaotic crowd just running wild in your head, but these occupants, they can actually be grouped into 6 main categories.
So here's how it usually goes down. It often starts with what's called a binding desire, a craving that just hooks you. From there, it can pretty easily morph into a habitual desire, which traps your mind in this repetitive cycle. And then, what happens when you don't get what you want? Well, that's when anger and stress come barging in. And believe me, these guys invite their friends' delusion, ego, and jealousy to the party. Before you know it, it's a real mess. But here's the really good news. These guests are just that, guests. They are not permanent residents. They're just reacting to stuff happening in the world outside, to unmet expectations. They come and they go. I'm going to say it again. They are not you. Okay, so if these guests aren't the real residents, then who is, right? If all this mental noise isn't our mind's natural state, then what is? Well, this brings us to a really powerful idea for finding our way back home. It's this concept of our mind's true north. So what is true north? Think of it as your mind's default setting. It's that baseline of peace, happiness, and joy. It's what you're always, deep down, trying to steer towards, even when you're way off course. It's your mental home base. Here's a fantastic way to think about this. It's the hot tea metaphor. So imagine a cup of hot tea. The heat, it's temporary, isn't it? If you just leave it out, it eventually cools down to room temperature. That heat is like anxiety or stress. It's an added temporary state. But the coolness, the liquid's natural state, that's your true north. It's that natural peace your mind always wants to return to.
All right, so we've identified the squatters, and we know our true home, our true north, is a state of peace. So the million-dollar question is, how do we actually show these uninvited guests the door? Well, here is a simple 3-step eviction plan. It's a 3-step process. Step 1 is listening and learning. You got to get to know your true self versus these imposters. Step 2 is contemplation and reflection. This is where you really look at how this stuff plays out in your own life. And then step 3, and this is probably the most important one, is practice.
So how do you actually practice this? Well, one incredibly powerful tool is using a simple mantra. So when an anxious thought pops up, instead of fighting it, you just gently replace it with something else. It could be something like, "May there be happiness for all." See, you're not wrestling with a negative thought. You're just changing the channel. And this simple act, this change in your attitude and behavior, it can change everything. Okay, now we get to what I think is the master key to this whole thing. This is the single most powerful shift in perspective you can make. It's what allows you to truly become the landlord of your own mind. And it's all about understanding the difference between you and your thoughts. I want you to think of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations as clouds passing in the sky. They're constantly changing, right? They're shifting, they're moving. But you're not the clouds. You are the sky. You're that vast, unchanging awareness, the witness, the knower, that just watches the clouds go by. Let's just pause on that for a second, because it is so important. You are not your thoughts. They are just visitors, passing through. And recognizing that little bit of space between you, the observer, and your thoughts,
That's where all your power is. That is the exact point where you go from being a victim of your own mind to becoming the master of your mental home. It's the foundation of regaining that inner peace and control.
And really, that's the whole idea. But of course, the real work, it begins now, with you. So I want you to take a moment, look inward, and just ask yourself, what uninvited guest, what unauthorized occupant are you going to serve an eviction notice to first?